up, everybody? And what's up, Sussex Squad? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Prince Harry, you are doing good. Y'all, what am I talking about? Prince Harry has settled the rest of his hacking claims with the Mirror Group. Now, that does not mean all his lawsuits are settled. It does mean that some of the most important claims have been settled. If you guys don't know what's going on, baby, this is an overwhelming victory. This is an overwhelming success. The Mirror Group were desperate to settle, and baby, they actually settled. But get this, okay? Because Piers Morgan and all those people that were literally going to bat on William, talking about we should dismember Harry, Prince. Piers Morgan got fired, and he's now hop, skipping, and jumping over to the YouTube. Shout out to Piers Morgan. I guess he's going to be trying to get into the body language experts guys algorithm. You know, that's another anti-septic account where Meghan sneezes, and he's like, "Do you see that? Peer into a mind of a cold-blooded killer." This guy's a complete, well, whatever. My opinion doesn't matter. You make your own opinion up, but Piers Morgan's fall from grace has been spectacular. I don't know if he was too insulated in the UK. I don't know if he believed the hype. I don't know if he believed that Meghan and Harry actually weren't that beloved, that he could come out and do a Jeremy Clarkson part 2 and that was going to fly. Baby, this is 2024. You're not talking and making active rally cries to delete people and think it's going to happen without consequence. But here's the gag. Harry said, you know what? He made an official statement about his win, and he name-checked Piers Morgan. Again, there's two people, like one royalist being like, the monarchy demands the obliteration of the Sussex, which I'll be honest with you, I 100% believe that's what everybody in the monarchy believes. And I think I'm kind of glad they said it out loud, because maybe Harry loves his father, he loves his brother, he loves his family. But like he said, the family cannot be separated from the firm. The firm does depend on Harry, and Meghan cannot exist. Why? In the firm's mind, it's crazy thoughts, but why? Because in the firm's mind, and this is to the commoner's point, anything showing people that you can be happy without them, that you can go do your own thing without them, it would be horrible. Imagine if George one day looks around and says, I don't want to be king. I met a cute girl I liked, and I want to have kids and raise chickens in California like Uncle Harry. Do you see what that would say? Imagine if Charlotte was like, yeah, I don't want to be like the future Queen Anne, right? I want to go do my own thing. They need for people to think that the firm is the absolute best option in the world. So even if you are utterly ripped apart, being at the bottom of that hierarchy is better than being in the top of a world of your own making. Okay? Now, that said, can't be in these streets using words like obliteration. Not after Princess Diana. Not after all that stuff. Send little Violet. Could have used better words. I think they used obliteration on purpose because they want it. They wanted to get that point across. Well, baby, guess what? The person that said that looks like he's going to be sanctioned. Piers Morgan was fired. He's on YouTube now, which I will say, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I mean, I'm on YouTube, so I obviously have respect for the platform, but I don't know. But then again, YouTube is very, very strict with its content guidelines, which makes me think Piers Morgan is probably going to be kicked off of YouTube shortly, if you want my guess, and he's going to be on Rumble or something like that, where there's absolutely no censorship. Again, Piers Morgan knows what to say to go viral. His career's been on the decline ever since he started just going like really anti-Harry, anti-Meghan, which is odd because there's been a few things Piers Morgan has said that people have been on board with as far as what things are going on globally. His Achilles heel was the way he was spouting hateful racism, in my opinion, toward Harry and Meghan. Again, a lot of people are like, oh, but that's going to give him a platform, even if he gets kicked off of YouTube and go to Rumble. The problem is anybody can go viral. Anybody can say something and make people pay attention. Piers Morgan is trying to earn a living. And baby, you can be in the blogs every single day and not making a penny. And I think that's what Piers Morgan is afraid of. But forget all that, right? Let's get to the Harry stuff. They said the Duke of Sussex has settled the remaining parts of his phone hacking claim against the publisher of the Daily Mirror. Ooh. Prince Harry sued the Mirror Group newspapers for damages, claiming journalists at his publications were linked to methods including phone hacking, blagging, gaining information by deception, and use of private investigators for unlawful activities. That's how you know that there's a media blackout between what's going on with Kate and Charles. I don't think they've stopped doing this mess. So I know 100% they know what's going on with Kate. Anyway, in December, the judge ruled that the phone hacking became widespread and habitual at MGN titles in the late 1990s and was practiced even to some extent during the Leveson inquiry into press standards in 2011. Yo, the UK just be letting the tabloids run mess. But then again, our new tabloids are seeing it in America, so I guess we can't talk. Mr. Justice Fankirk concluded Harry's phone was hacked to a modest extent by MGN, awarding him 140, a little bit over 140,000 in damages. Now, the thing is, Harry is getting even more damages. And even though they're trying to make it seem like, oh, he only has a one-time payment of 400K, baby, that is just one of many payments that they promised him. And they're going to cover his legal costs. So he basically fought the battle, won. Love that for him. 33 articles from Harry's claims were examined during the trial last year, and 15 were found to have been the product of unlawful information gathering. A further 115 articles from his claim may have been subject to further trial. However, during the hearing in London on Friday, his lawyer confirmed a settlement had been reached between the Duke and MGN. He said the publisher would make an interim payment of $400,000. Interim does not mean all. That is just the first of many. An MGN spokesperson said, "We're pleased to have reached this agreement, which gives our business further clarity to move forward from events that took place many years ago, for which we have apologized." Ooh, all I hear is, everybody, ma'am, same old Harry from the block. Same old Harry from the block. Same old Harry from the. Okay, let me stop playing. But let's get into this, right? Let's hear how Harry tore into Piers Morgan, rightfully so. Piers Morgan, if you think about it, exposed himself to be an obsessive, crazy person over Harry's wife. His married but thought that he could go, and he honestly thought that Meghan Markle was nothing wrong with being a Hollywood starlet, but you know how the media looks down on them in the UK. A starstruck Hollywood starlet that was desperate to do anything to get ahead, that would entertain a married man by the likes of Piers Morgan. And when Meghan let him know, no, I was being polite, but no, it's not going to happen. He went on something that we've never seen. He's gotten fired from jobs because he wants to bring this woman to kneel. And the funny thing is, Harry basically was like, baby, my wife ain't never kneeling to anyone, especially you, Piers. You better tighten up. Anyway, here's what his full statement is. After our victory in December, Mirror Group has finally conceded the rest of my claim, which would have consisted of another 2 trials and additional evidence and 115 more articles. Everything we said was happening at the Mirror Group was in fact happening. And indeed, far worse, as the court ruled in its extremely damning judgment. In light of all this, we call again for the authorities to uphold the rule of law and to prove that no one is above it. That includes Mr. Morgan, who as editor knew perfectly well what was going on. And as the judge held, even his own employer realized it simply could not call him as a witness of truth. His contempt for the court's ruling and his continued attacks ever since demonstrate why it was so important to obtain a clear and detailed judgment. As I said back in December, our mission continues. Ooh, sounds like a promise, not a threat. I believe in the positive change it will bring for all of us. It is the very reason why I started this and why I will continue to see it through to the end. Baby, I think Harry's spoken. I know Piers Morgan is mad. He's probably trying to upload a YouTube video as we speak. The funny thing is, Piers, if you really wanted to stage a comeback, all you gotta do is leak information about what's going on with Princess Kate. Camilla wants you to do it. I'm sure Charles doesn't really care one way or the other. Camilla wants you to do it. If you really want to do some numbers, if you really want to solidify yourself, if you really want to make a splash, why don't you open up on what's happening with Kate and what all the media says? They all know what's going on and what she had done. Just no one's talking about it. Also, you guys, really quick, if you made it to the end of this, I am uploading. It's going to be like a long podcast, 30 minutes. Probably is going to be my last upload of the night. If you're overseas, wake up and watch it. It's about like all the speculation that's been going on Twitter. And I think I found something that you guys might want to listen to, but it's very, very long because it tells all the different pieces. So let me know what you think in the comments and if you want me to upload it. Also, everybody, I am on Snapchat now. So please follow me on Snapchat if you're on there. Okay. I'm going to have some special content going up on Snapchat starting soon. So yeah, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, you guys, talk to you later. Bye.